What's going on, Team Finesse? This is Sean Storm, one of the mentors here at Forex with Finesse. Today we're going to be going over the United States dollar from the beginning of October to leading up right to the election. So let's get into it. So here we have our private chat where we can see what Dixie was doing, the United States dollar, the beginning of October. So we have price respecting our trend line over here in between two zones, and we can see the current price of Dixie right to our right-hand side of what happened. So you can see that we called it to the T, and we were able to eat off a good couple of trades such as Gbp Usd, UCAD. We left it alone in the beginning of the month. So I want to show you guys what our chat is really about and just give you a little bit of an outlook of what our mentorship does and also a little bit of Forex. So here we have the beginning of the month. You guys can see right here, October 1st, 2020. We also do signals, but we don't like to say that they're signals. We like to say that they're an analysis. Why? They're live analysis. Why? Is because signals just pretty much give you an entry price, a TP, and a stop loss, and just a chart. What we do is we break it down. We tell you why. We go in depth. And we feel like with more guidance that you get, you can actually learn more off the guidance than just having somebody tell you, oh, copy and paste this. That doesn't really work out. So we had Dixie. We're looking at current price right now. And let's see, what else do I want to go into off that? Eur Usd looks like we're going to continue to sell move and also push buyers strong weekly down move and bearish candle last week. You see what I mean by we elaborate on all the trades? That's what you need when it comes to analysis. You don't need somebody to tell you, hey guys, buy Eur Usd, enter here, take profit here, stop loss here. How are you supposed to learn off of that? Let me know in the comments. How are you supposed to learn off of that? You can't. So I'm not going to download all these images so you can see, but just to give you guys a little bit of an outlook, I'll just go through our chat. Gbp Usd, we have a need a clear breakout. So we go through our zones and we let you know when we're going to enter and why we would enter or why we wouldn't enter. Okay, we need a clear breakout and retest on lower time frame, so stand by. Inverted head and shoulders as we showed our students right here. Let me go down some more. See what else we got over here. Guys, I hope you also took a look at gold today. Today is November 9th. Yeah, November 9th, and gold just shit the bed. It just like crashed. We have a new projected president-elect. What else is going on? We can see that stocks are also gaining volatility. There's a lot of volatility. Today is Monday, and the market just shot in directions. So you know what? While I'm scrolling through that, I want to show you guys that as well. Let's type in, just so you guys have, look at that in the meantime. This is gold. Look what happened today. You guys take a look at that while I just scroll through the chart. Enjoy a little bit of screenplay for a little bit. Weekly Zoom links. Breakouts, descriptions. Clear retest. Nice pullback. Stop losses here. This is a beautiful trade. What trade was this? UCAD? Oh yeah, UCAD we ate nicely off of. Going back to Dixie, show you guys that again. Now, I always go over this with my students. I'll tell you guys as well, there are ways to correlate different currencies together in order to have a confirmation on a direction. So UCAD was a beautiful trade. I had like 2 or 3 entries on this, 40 pips first entry, 20 pips second entry. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Left it from the morning. You can see it 3:24 in the morning, going into almost 12 p.m. skyrocketed. Beautiful, beautiful trade. You guys don't need to see the prices or how much we made. Pips is pips. You focus on the pips. Current price of Dixie. So I had a update and I went through the whole thing with our students, gave them an elaboration of like why you should continue to trade or why you should continue to pursue your goals. Because it's not going to happen overnight. You need time to be able to acclimate yourself with whatever you're studying. It takes time to master your craft. It takes time to fail in your craft and to learn the lessons from said craft. What are we at? November 1st already, election week. We could potentially see a market crash this week. History before our eyes. Check out how the charts will be moving during the election right from your phone using TradingView, which is true. being that the election was currently happening this week, we saw a lot of volatility, as you saw with gold just now, that the market just shot down. So gold is pretty much a safe haven whenever the economy isn't structured well, right? So people tend to invest their money into gold because gold is a very profitable mineral. Then today, with our new president-elect and all the news that's coming out, you saw that gold just shot to hell. Now let us know in the comments, what is your idea as to why that happened? And we'll let you know what we tell our students and what we went over with our students. It's really cool to have those Q&A moments because you get to pique different interests and pique everybody's minds. Here's our outlook for the week. And if setups don't go to par, if they don't follow through, we also want to know why they didn't follow through. You don't want to just like have a trade, doesn't go your way, and then you just leave it alone. No, you need to go back and learn why did it not go my way? What was wrong? Another 30 pips here. What pair was that? Hold up. I want to see what pair that was. Ah, still ECAT. New week, let's go. ECAT, Xavier always with the markups. Beautiful, beautiful markups. And here we have today. So, guys, I'm going to dabble into Forex Factory, see what happened today. GBP news was at 635. Let's go over GBP USD. Enough about the charts, and enough about the chat. Let's go into charts now. Okay. Interesting. GBP USD went up, right? Dixie down. Now, overall, throughout the whole month, called this to the T. You saw my previous markup where these arrows, they did not move at all, and they followed complete suit to what I wanted, which is beautiful. So Dixie currently went down. It's retesting an area of resistance, potentially as support. This is the 1 hour time frame. Let's see what kind of confirmations we have on the 4 hour. We can see that sellers are trying to stop the buyers. We have a clear reaction to support at this area. This is a crucial level which it has to break in order to retest here. So I think Dixie is going to continue retesting up before it comes back down. Let's go into GBP USD, and that went up, correct? We were looking at it from here for a buy. I did take this trade. This was my TV. Oh, is that where it was? Can I still see that? Yep, this is it. Took this buy, closed at 30. That was GBP USD we were looking at, guys, on our previous trade. So GBP USD was 30 pip trade. We closed because I saw it coming this area, and I'm glad I did because that next hour wanted us to hold it and hold it. Did play off my zone over here, but I took my 30 pips and it still went our way. So guys, you also don't want to get greedy. You want to respect every single high and every. Why do you want to respect the high and the low? Is because when price comes to these areas, and if you don't close your trade, you can get trapped. And how you'll get trapped is an area right here. You can see how price went up, went our way, gave us a good 30 pips, and then it came right back down. Should you stay in your trade? Sure. And it depends what type of trade you're looking at. What I mean by that is there's scalping, there's intraday, and there's swing trades. So scalping, you tend to close your trades within a couple of hours. Intradays, we tend to close your trades within the day. And swing trading is over a day. So there's different ways to look at that, because people will say like, oh, swing trading is weekly, but scalping, quickly get in and out. Intraday is medium, in and out, and swing trading is I'm in for a good time and a long time. So what we like to do is we like to mix it up. So depending on the trade, we're in volatile times. We're currently in an election. History is being made left and right between our potential VP, a president running for a second term. Like, there's a lot going on. I understand there's a lot of projected numbers out there as for who won, but I don't want to mention anything or have a bias unless there's concrete as to who won and who didn't win. So that's why I'm using those terms, guys. Please don't attack me in the comments. So GBP USD. Price came up. We respected our high. It came right over here. We wanted to get out, touching his high. If it wasn't touching this high, this was my arrow over here, which was potential TP. I saw it come up here, and I'll show you why I got out, because I was watching this on the lower time frame. So if I just mark this area right here, that's my blue line, and I'm going to drop it to the 15-minute time frame. And guys, always remember to mark up your charts. Don't just say like, okay, I'm looking at right here, and don't use any lines, or don't use any indicators, or don't, when I say indicators, I mean like use any clips, use a trend line, mark up your charts, but don't mark it up too much. Potentially find a trend, find a zone, and go from there. Don't try to find like a trend here and a trend here and a zone here and a zone here. Take it little by little, gather info, take notes, and then apply. So we had price come over here, and now that I'm on a lower time frame, I can see, for me, a head and shoulder pattern. I have a left, a head, and a right come down, right? It potentially respected this support area right here, boom, 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 and take off, which is great, no problem. Depending on when you trade and where you trade, I had a very good profitable week and a profitable month. So I wasn't really interested into taking more trades. Did the trade ultimately go our way? Yes. Did we still eat off of it? Yes. Who had the more bigger move? Who ate more? Doesn't matter. What matters is your trade lines up for you. Your setup is correct. As long as your setup is correct and your confirmations line up, take your trade. Don't worry about what the next guy is doing or the next woman is doing. Don't worry about what every other trader is doing. Worry about what you do. Worry about what works for you. And that's it. Man, this was a good trade. Looking at this trade is just here's my saying. The world is not rigged, but it is definitely predictable. And what I mean by predictable is history repeats itself. History repeats itself. All right. Let's look at another trade. Let's look at Eur Usd. We have this sell over here, breakout, retest of the zone. This was 63 pips. Breakout, retest over here, ride that again. So you can ride the trade both ways, ride the pair both ways, and still make your profits. I know you guys understand that. This is just for anybody who's new to Forex and doesn't really understand how does it work. So with buying or selling, you can make money both ways. And guys, I also want to mention the Candlestick Bible. I love that you love that video. Let us know what other topics you'd like for us to cover. Let us know why that book helped you. I would love to reach out to some of you guys and have a one-on-one session and just tell me about how's trading go for you? How can we help you? What did you find from that book that you didn't have on your own that you felt that video cleared up for you? All right, EURU, volatile day today. Wow. This is my first time looking at charts for the day, guys, so forgive me. But another reaction to a zone over here. Drop down to the 4 hour. That is a high. Eur USD going to highs. And remember what I said about history repeating itself? Look what we have over here. September 10th and November 10th, November 9th. I'm not saying that it happens like this all the time. I'm just saying that history repeats itself. History, as in when price comes to a previous zone, you can anticipate that it will react to that zone accordingly compared to previous times. So what I mean by that is price came over here previously, rejected, reacted, same concept, same meaning, rejected, and it comes over here. I wonder what it's going to do again. Reject. You have a more probable trade going with the trend, and the trend is also zone to zone. If it's going to go from here to here, we're going to take that. Okay, guys? Let's look at another pair. JPY. What do we have going on here? Price is playing in between our zones. Right? Okay. This is a clear zone left to right. This is the 4 hour time frame. I'm looking at this triple top over here. I marked up these two zones because I saw this pair playing in between here previously. So what I want to do now is just ride it from zone to zone, which is exactly what I've been doing. Again, another very, very volatile day for these pairs. Price just shot up from right into New York session or prior to New York session. All pairs just went into directions like an impact of news. Coronavirus vaccine implemented this. Yep. Consolidated to this area. Came right to a high and halted. Now, here's another example. Notice I'm not looking at this and I'm saying, damn, I missed a trade. No, I'm not feeling that at all. Why am I not feeling that at all? Because I don't have any clear price action. I don't have any clear breakout and retest. There's a break. Where's my retest? It's just news influence. And a lot of, you know what, let me just confuse myself. When I just started trading, I saw big moves like this and said, damn, why did I miss that? I wish I caught that. I mean, that was over 100 pips, right? Look at that. That's over 100 pips. That would have made my account. That would have made my year. Forget it. It didn't line up with my setup. And my setup is whatever works for me. And you need to find what works for you. This goes for every trader, everybody that comes into this industry. You will go through countless methods. You don't need to, but you will go through countless methods, countless strategies, and countless statistics before you stumble upon what works for you, because you want to learn as much about this as possible because you want to make profit, right? And take a step back. Take a step back and reevaluate how would this work for you. So the methods, there's so many methods to Forex. You need to find what works for you. And how do you do that is, if something is too complicated for you to understand, take your time and analyze it. And if it's still not working for you, just be like, you know what? I'll revisit this later and try a new method. And if you're more comfortable with that method, scoot that one. Scoot that one to the side and like, okay, I like this one better. And you'll find what works for you. And lastly is, a lot of the times when it comes to your method, it matches your personality. So if you're an aggressive hustler, grinder, you might like scalping. Why? Because scalping is aggressive. You have to spend your time on the charts. You have to be there. I'm personally a scalper. I like spending the time on the charts and being able to see my entries and watch my trades and close my trades in live time. If you're a extremely patient person and you don't mind the volatility and you don't want to spend a lot of screen time, then you might be a swing trader because you spend less screen time, you have your analysis, you tend to use lower lot sizes, and you can enter your trade and leave it alone and check up upon it. Like this, you could monitor your trade in an elapsed time, in a longer period of time, rather than with scalping, it would be a shorter time, right? So that's that. Don't worry about volatility. Don't beat yourself up about missing trades. And if your setup is not there, leave it alone. EUR, GBP, I like looking at this just like I use Dixie because I trade GBP USD and EUR USD. I like the pound and I like the euro. So far we've seen this consolidating, but it's also been going zone to zone. So it's also been going up, down, up, down. So it's come to support, then we'll come to resistance, then support, then the resistance, then support, and the resistance. See what I'm saying? So we can see right over here, what I would wait for is a breakout. So I'm going to mark this one time and mark right on top here. And let's drop this down to the 15-minute time frame. Nice and clean structure, nice and clean structure. And this is simple pips going left and right. So now we can see we have a breakout. We could wait for a retest and see if this will do a continuation. If it doesn't line up that way, we will be leaving it alone. Look at that volatility. The volatility is insane, guys. Sheesh. I'm showing you right clear through. Look how the election and COVID and all the news in the economy has messed with the infrastructure of these currencies. A clean, straight breakout. And if people did catch some of these buys, good for you, man. I have no clear breakout and retest. None. None. This is the 15-minute. I can possibly, this is still a high, and this is not a retest over here. This is where somebody might tell you this is a retest. This is not a retest. If anything, that may have been your little pullback to follow suit. But other than that, if you were to do that, let's see what we're looking at. It's a good solid trade right there. But again, even on the 5-minute, I'm not seeing any time, any pullbacks for me to have a potential trade. Nothing whatsoever. Okay. I also want to look at, you know what, how's Bitcoin doing? Let's compare it to the US dollar. 15. Currently at 15. Nice. So cryptocurrencies are said to unify the world and to be adapted and implemented by, again, the world. So I wonder if that will be during our time, like our generation, or the next generation. Again, let us know what you think about cryptos in the comments. I want to go over something with you guys. Let's see, what pair do I like? Let's see what the Aussies do. Ah. Had price break out of this zone over here. Up. This is my daily. Reacting to a weekly zone here. Price has shot up on a weekly time frame. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Well, you know what? Even here, price reacted, breakout. Nope. Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. I like this right here. This is nice. This is very, very nice. So what do people look for when it comes to trades, huh? Like, what am I looking at right now? I'm looking at, and I haven't had any mentor tell me this, this is what I like to use with our students, and it's strength. I like to see the strength between the bulls and the bears. Who's winning? This is how I look at this. I look at this in a sense of versus. It's the bulls versus the bears. And in that sense, okay, I see the bulls came in, engulfed them, engulfed the bears, annihilated them, annihilated them. The bears recuperated and came right back. Now we're at a stalemate. That's a tendency of how I want to look at all these trades, how I want to look at these currencies. And what moves the Forex market? The banks, the big guys, the big investments, the hedge funds, all the big money moves the market. If something happens majorly in our economy, you can guarantee that it's going to affect some currency. So if something happens negatively to the United States, it's going to impact our dollar. That's how you would want to look at this. Price is just bouncing off over here on Gbp USD, Gbp JPY. Wow. All right. Ooh. Look at that clean markup. Look at that clean markup we had with GJ with the team. So we had our price entry right over here. I don't mind getting rid of this fib now. But before I do that, let me move that in for you guys. So we had price play within our zone. We had our swing low and swing high. We saw price playing within our zone, came to our 61.8. I'm not using the Fibonacci as my confirmation. It is lined up with everything else. I had a trend. I had a trend that's being formed with a higher low and a higher high. So that all that forming, price is coming to these areas, bouncing off an area of support. So that's two confirmations. Price is breaking out of our 100 EMA, so breaking out of this zone, coming back to retest our zone, which is also my trend line that I had over here. Retested it to the T, hesitated, bulls and bears at a stalemate, came back over here to psych out that the bulls are not going to win, the bears got it, but it was really holding this next level over here. So look at the fib. You have 61, the 50, holding here now, and then finally took off. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people ate off this trade. Why? Because it would match up. It matches up your setup. And that's how you want to look at all these trades. Yes, were a lot of them impacted? 100%. A lot of trades, a lot of currencies were impacted, but you have to find the one that works with your setup. Guys, if you love our content, please reach out to us in the comments. Our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is Forex with Finesse. Our YouTube is FX Finesse. We really appreciate your feedback. Ask us about our mentorship. We really believe that the simplicity of our mentorship could really change a lot of lives, especially during a pandemic. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you on our next trade.
Hey guys, if you like our content, click here for more, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel right here. Leave a comment and we'll make sure that we get back to you. Until next time, guys.